I wanted to say, for those of you who are waiting on readings, I'm going to be getting to you today. I've just been swamped. Like my whole inbox just got filled up because everyone knows I'm kind of closing out. So there may just be a little bit of delays for folks, but I'll definitely make sure that you know about that. Secondly, I want to just say that for this my audience here, I know I have subscribers from all over the place, and while you may not know these individuals that I'm going to mention, you this story too can relate to your experience, or you may find some type of nuggets of wisdom or whatnot in this, what I'm about to talk about, regarding this individual. Because this is really some Bay Area stuff that's currently going on. But I wanted to speak on this because I know a lot of people from the Bay do watch my channel. Um, so this individual that I'm going to talk about, first, I also want to say that I took, like, I had a whole massage and I was at the spa and everything. So I'm very willy nilly. I'm very in my body. And then also, too, I had some CBD, so I'm even more in my body. So please excuse me. So, I found out about this individual that I posted the Instagram, so you guys can go see this account. I've been seeing this account here and there, but someone that doesn't usually post about any of this stuff posted this on Facebook, and I was like, I need to look at this. So there's this individual, I guess his name is Jeremy Vazquez in the Bay Area, and he has a whole bunch of people coming, a whole bunch of women and young people coming up about him, about his abusive ways, and how he messes with underage youth, and he's a teacher, how he messed with his students, and he also does youth development. And a whole bunch of people, they made an Instagram channel, and hella people are submitting videos and text messages and stories about him, like dozens of people, dozens. That's why I want you guys to go see it, that channel. There's like 1,400 subscribers. They have a whole, even Cashapp set up, all that stuff. They're getting money too from everything. I want you guys to go look at that. They're blasting this masculine energy. My thing is, I'm gonna just try to be as balanced as possible in terms of what I'm gonna say about this. And I'm just gonna try to give different perspectives for everyone to just for a higher perspective. I'm just gonna try to give different perspectives in order to create a higher perspective. I can't say that it's right or that it's wrong that they made this channel. There's hella people looking at this. I can't say that it's right or it's wrong that they made that page and that this is happening and people are putting in their stories and stuff like this. I can't, because that's kind of like it needs to be rectified. And I also remember having an experience with him where he came to we had an event. I used to run a center, and he came with a bunch of young people that I had knew, and I was like, why would she be running around with him? And just as he was dancing and getting drunk and stuff like that at the party and high with the young people, and I was like, okay. And then I didn't know that he was a teacher and was an educator and stuff like that. So I didn't know that at that time, but I just kind of felt like something was off because he was much younger than all the young people. Now, I can't say that it's wrong that they made that account, especially because this has been going on for so long and they're just now blasting him. But I will say that I'm just like, where's the accountability in this whole thing to the point where I had to go that far in the first place? Because this individual, several people are calling him out, but I literally saw a picture with him because I used it for my court case. He was with all my karmics. They were having a party or something like that, and they were all in the photo together. And he was in the picture with all of them. And these are people who claim to be about social justice and women's rights and gender equity. It's all the ones that talk about that. And they even work for the organizations that do that type of work. So I was like, okay, how are they all running around with him then? So that's what, in my mind, I started to think about, for those of you who know about this and are involved in this or were harmed by him or are part of that Instagram channel or whatever the social media stuff that's going on, you should also be looking at them too. Because he's surrounded by all those women that are ordaining that. Because if they were really about that life, why the fuck would he be breaking bread with them? And this was like, these pictures are like from a month or two ago. And this has been going on for like a year and a half. It's the accountability. It's not just him. Yes, it's karmic. He's a karmic for sure. Because for that many people to be coming out with videos and stuff like that, like another thing too, though, I hope that the stuff that's being posted is real, because a lot of the stories do say that they don't want their name revealed or whatnot. But I just hope that they're also just making sure that they're putting out accurate energy, because that can boomerang, right? So where are the elders in this whole thing? Where are those women that are running around with him? Why aren't they being held accountable? Why did this have to go this far? And he has access to young people as a teacher, or he works in youth development. So he gets paid by somebody. So wow. My thing also too, because I do know what it's like to be a targeted individual, but the funny thing is also too, like looking at the dichotomy, I don't know if there's any spell work or anything like that, but just the way that channel went, I see people who are friends with my karmics on there commenting like, yeah, bring him down, he's a this and he's a that, and I was like, wait. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why it went to that level with the situation with that social media channel and him doing all that stuff and all this going on. That's why you can't blame the people that had to take it that far. They're talking about rape, all kinds of stuff on there. And no one's saying anything. I'm like, where's the circle? Like, where's the community like thing for this? Another thing that happened recently too, that I'm just like, one of the this one woman, and I don't know if she watches my channels, and I'm not trying to get her wrapped up in anything, but she put this publicly on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, I guess it can be talked about. And she was dating one of the directors of communication for Black Lives Matter, and posted that they were hella abusive and there was hella domestic violence and hella shit like that in their relationship. And then I guess she just went offline and disappeared or something like that. And this is somebody who was very popular, an influencer. All of a sudden, Black Lives Matter put out a statement on their public official page talking about, well, this and this and this and that, and we're going to try to do this and do that, internal training, and they're on suspension or whatever the fuck. Like, why is it going that far in a space that's talking about community healing and upliftment? These are type of environments and stories that you should be hearing about, like in corporate America, or like, places where there's like that white collar, blue collar dynamic. Why are we hearing about this in spaces where this is supposed to be for healing and upliftment and things like that? Yeah. So also too, my thing is also as well, like, even with my situation now too, because it's the same group of karmics. They're not separate from each other. It's the same group of karmics. Why is it that in that photo too, I saw all of them that were there with him, but even thinking about my situation, I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was tell a misogynist and a colorist that his girlfriend was doing spell work on me, and him too. And then I got hell and hot water, hella people doing vigilante spell work on me. And these are all the people that claim to be about social justice and Black women. And when all this stuff happened with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, they were all running their mouth. But I noticed for Breonna Taylor, a lot of them were quiet. Because you can't talk about justice for a chocolate Black woman when you're trying to kill one, right? And that's why I started thinking like, wow, this stuff is going to go very far. It's not a coincidence that all this stuff is happening, like the concentric circles of chaos with these same group of karmics. And even the dichotomy of my situation and his situation. Why did I get vigilante black magic and shit like that for getting attacked by racists and Black skinheads and foul ass karmics that don't even wash their ass but want to be hosting death rituals? Why did I get all that for separating myself from people and for wanting to just do my work? And there's a karmic running around here like literally with rape stories and shit like that, and he's running around with the bitches doing this stuff, eating, happy, drinking. I'm so confused. Until this day, can't no one tell me what I did. That's why they had to pay people to tell stories. That's why they had to recruit people. Because if you weren't faulty in your walk, you wouldn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to make a false narrative. That's why I'm like, what the hell is going on? What the heck is going on? Hold on. Like, I'm trying to like do this video here, and there's this whole fucking karmic, like, hold on one second. All right, guys, sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, I was gonna say, like, it just, I know it's unfair, of course, and I'm okay with that because I already know that they're karmics and that's just how they operate. But to me, it's just like, it's not about me. It's about like, damn, they hella embarrassed themselves because all this stuff is hella visible all at the same exact time. And everyone's watching how like everyone is silent. But that's the thing though, like, There's no one can say that they didn't pick a side in any of whatever had gone on with that man, with all those women and shit going down. And even with my situation too, because it's the same karmics. And with the karmic masculines that I dealt with, you know what they were doing? They were taking around text messages that they quote unquote said that I sent him. And I guess the text messages were saying like, oh, like a propositioning him or some shit like that. Like, I don't know if that's the term. And if you see this person and you see me, that's why they had to go that far to create like the messages and shit like that, to try to like make it okay that he had paid to have me murdered with spell work. You know, that's like what they try to do. And then they made up a whole story because the people that they were paying got caught up with the kidnapping that they tried to do, and also the ritual that they were doing that killed their friends, because the people that passed away were their friends. So these two karmic masculines were doing all that shit, and these bitches were helping them. And the people that claim to be about the community and stuff like that, they're also friends with this other karmic. All this stuff is happening at the same time. I'm sure those karmics that were tampering with me and stalking me with spell work, they're getting paid to do spell work on him in some ways. I'm sure there's some of that going on too. And the thing here too, with all this madness, with the two karmic masculines, you know, they tried to hide the ritual because they knew I told them, and they were in proximity in order to stop it, but they chose to try to hide it instead. But that's because the karmic was putting blood and shit like that and piss in their drinks and their food to glamour them, to control them. That's why, and that's why they all got her karma and her mental illness. So I understand that, but also too, they're just, none of that shit should have even went down like that, period. So that's it. I'm just like, all this stuff is interconnected, and it's all hella crazy how it all just blew up, and it's all crazy how you got all these karmic elders in the community talking about this and this and that, and all this shit is going on. I'm talking about Angela Davis is in this community. Huey Newton's wife, who I know, is involved in this. Black Lives Matter people is involved in this. Kamala Harris and them. How are all these leaders, quote unquote, in the Bay Area and from the Bay, and all this bullshit ass mess is going on? So what? So where the fuck is the real leadership? Because now the Bay Area is in the White House, because that's the track record for the Bay. We create people that go out and be national. But national to do what? Because where's the leadership at? And where the fuck is the accountability? Because that shit is crazy as fuck. They're talking about his students, like young people from programs, people getting hella traumatized, and then he's bringing in these women to help him to gang stalk the same shit that they did to me, to young people, 18, 19-year-olds, because San Francisco is hella known for youth programs. That's one thing about the Bay. If you're young and you come here under 25, you can get whatever, any type of housing program, job program, all that stuff, all of it. So there's hella young people that get into all those different programs all across the Bay too, but mainly San Francisco, because they have hella money for it. So my thing also too is just like, how is this all going on? But even the funny thing is, the people who fund these programs are friends with the people in the community who run the programs too. So how is this all going on? So they're getting money to do assassin shit and fuckery, which is the same exact thing that they just did to me, just directly. They were funneling money from the programs and the foundations in the city to pay for spell work and bullshit. That's what the city's under investigation for right now. People are going to prison for that shit. They're funneling money out of the city into the programs and into their hands to pay for bullshit and vacation homes, all of that shit. Karmics. So I just wanted to put that out there because it's like 14 minutes. Okay, perfect. This is what I'm saying, but I'm like, this is what I mean when I'm saying I got a massage and everything earlier, and I'm like very much relaxed. It's only been 14 minutes I've been talking, but I feel like I said a whole lot more than just 14 minutes. Yeah, temperance energy right here. Like there's difficult questions that need to be answered. Even like even in the spiritual community, there's a lot of spiritual people too. Like, and they're all interconnected, but they're all beefing as well. Like the people that there's hella different like spiritual practices. We got East Bay Meditation Center, retreats. We got Spirit Rock here in the Bay Area. The Bay Area is very much known for the spiritual communities that it creates too. That's why a lot of people come here. You know, they got like Thrive and things like that. All those different spiritual communities. One Life, all these different programs, and all these people like Pacific School of Religion. You know, all these different big religious schools, because they make a whole bunch of money too. Clergy in the church. They're all here in the Bay Area. Why the fuck is this shit happening? Why the fuck is this happening? I thought you guys were spiritual and you were leaders. Impact Hub Oakland is what really launched Impact Hub all over the place. That launched all the new economy work, with World Economic Forum and stuff like that. I'm a part of all that stuff. So where the fuck is the accountability? Because it all goes in, because they're all interconnected and everyone's work gets impacted. So if we're all this leadership here, Cape Horse Center and shit like that, the tech industry here, where's the money for the leadership and the programming and the shit like that, and the accountability, so that the work doesn't get stalled, and so that we can actually have like real stuff going on in real community? Because I'm telling you right now, even in the Bay Area with all the community that's here, it's hella fragmented, and a lot of stuff doesn't get done. It gets stalled. It gets broken down by jealousy and fuckery and karmics that are out of their fucking mind and power hungry and cliquey. Where's the accountability? You got Barbara Lee. She's over this area. She's been in DC in the White House for hella years. Where the fuck is the accountability? How the fuck are you, the black woman, supposed to be representing the Bay over there? You're in the community. BWAPA is supporting you. All these different organizations. I was a part of BWAPA, Black Women Organized for Political Action. All of that shit. How are you a part of all of that? How are you? We supported you. We do your elections, all that stuff. And this is the fuckery that's going on in your community. What the fuck is this about? Because this Jeremy Vazquez dude, he's not the only one. Look at my karmics selling naked pictures of me on the fucking internet. What the fuck is that about? Having crazy ass bitches from God knows where in my phone, in my life, with this spiritual rapist bullshit. And they all play with spirituality, and they all know about it. They play in the church too. Even with BWAPA, Desi, we would go to her fucking house in the summers and go swimming at her pool, partying with all the black elected officials. Why the fuck is this all going on? All of them are interconnected. All these women are here. All these men too. And all this shit is going on. There's hella much that goes on. Even the spiritual leaders in the community too, because this dude is not this Jeremy dude. He's not the only one. Even in the conscious community, there's some very popular people who got called out for putting magic on women or doing ayahuasca ceremonies. That's very popular. It was in the East Bay Express, for those of you who know. This dude ran a whole house, and he was putting women under ayahuasca and having sex with them and causing hella problems. They were doing that in the conscious community. These young black and brown men. Where's the accountability for that bullshit? Then the females that they run with were gang stalking them and all that type of stuff, are telling. And they were doing magic on people and all that type of fuckery. Where's the accountability? And there's, with all this spiritual leadership in the community, you got Zenju Earthlyn, who's a major part of the Black Buddhist liberation movement. You got Mia Koda here, like I talked about, Erica Huggins. What the fuck? Why the fuck is this going on? Why the fuck is this going on? Ask yourself a serious fucking question. And you guys claim that you got leadership here in the Bay Area, period. Because even with my karmics, a lot of people are experiencing a lot of shame for that. We got Wolsey Church here, the #1 Cometan church in the state of California, here in the Bay Area, what Greg Hodges and them. ABPSI, Association for Black Psychology. Why are the people that are part of ABPSI a part of death rituals? And I was just in Washington and I was just in DC and seen Dr. Kevin Washington. It was so funny that when they were a part of the whole ritual, and they're helping the young karmics do magic too. They're a part of ABPSI. It was crazy because we had gone out there. They flew us all out there to go meet Omar Johnson and hella people for the ABPSI conference. All the leaders were there, but all of them played with spell work too. And I remember it was my birthday when we were there. And I won't forget that we were in DC, and I remember that birthday very poignant. People who were there, because they did a whole ceremony too on the morning of my B-Day for something else, but I just was happy it was my birthday. No one even knew. Now, years later, they're a part of doing spell work with my karmics and shit like that. Integral members and all that type of stuff. And I don't think it was a coincidence that I had my birthday and then came to find out that all of them were a part of that. Very prominent people. Why the fuck is this going on? Why the fuck is this going on? And y'all claim about leadership. And you're not holding these people accountable in the community. Why the fuck is this happening? You got a large Ife community here in the Bay Area too. That's why I'm telling you, the Bay Area, you're going to see some real karmic shit with spell work and the spiritual community, all that stuff. And it's going to spark something nationally. But it was time because the conscious community is messy. And the quote unquote social justice community. Doing rituals, calling it, Oshun, Yamaya, Ife, Alegua, calling all these spirits and these names. Oh yeah, whatever. And but playing with satanic practices, calling it Ife. Doing rituals and shit like that. Sex magic, pedophilia. They all live in houses together because their money is funny. People touching on kids and doing rituals with the kids. All that type of stuff is going on. Calling it Ife. Calling it comedic practice in science. Look at Nature Boy and that bullshit. Why the fuck is this going on? And you got several leaders from the conscious community here in the Bay Area. That's why I just mentioned AB Side. They're part of that whole stuff with the conscious community. Why is all this going on? Where are the leaders? Dr. Wade Nobles is here. You know, San Francisco State was the first college in the country to have an ethnic studies department. You know, the director of the ethnic studies department works with my karmic masculine in them. He was a part of that whole shit with the gang stalking and the spell work and all that stuff. And he's the director of that department. How the fuck are you the director of a department about ethnic studies? They're teaching about spell work in your department, native indigenous cultural practice. They have a whole Kemetan philosophy and psychology, and you're talking about spell work isn't real. She's crazy. What the fuck? That's what I'm talking about. And these people hold a black summer camp for kids every summer. Where the fuck is the leadership at, bruh? Huh? And the people that are coming out of these organizations, because they get the kids young and they groom them through these organizations, are out in the community like karmics. Where the fuck is the leadership? Because when I went through what I went through with my karmics, there were several young black men that came to me and said it was about time that they got exposed. You exposed all of them. Fred Blackwell and all of them. San Francisco Foundation. All of them. That their mama works for, what's that people called? The Rockefellers and all that shit. All of them are here in the Bay Area. Why the fuck is this happening with all this leadership? Huh? Huh? That's why I'm saying with this Jeremy Vazquez situation, all of that shit is interconnected. All of it is interconnected. How the fuck is this happening? Where the fuck are the elders? You got Louise Satish. She wrote that book, Jambalaya, that set off the whole hoodoo, root work, all that movement. Now people are using her work to do roots and rituals. That whole shit done evolved. Why? Okay, so where's the spiritual leadership? Because she was a part of East Bay Church of Religious Science, and all of them are interconnected. Why isn't there leadership? Because most of the people that are doing all the spell work and bullshit, they're part of that church too. All of it. So that's what I really wanted to talk about. That's what I really wanted to talk about here today. I hope this is a cautionary tale. I want you guys to go look at that Instagram page and go look at that crazy ass shit. I'm sure that dude is probably going to see this, and the people who made that page are probably going to see this, and I want you guys to listen to this. All this shit, stuff is interconnected. It's a fucking mess. And that's exactly why my karmics got sued, because you got me fucked up. Because if you thought that you were just going to play me and it was going to just be la da 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 da, and you walk away just like that Jeremy dude to all those people playing them for money, all kinds of stuff was going on in those situations. It's the same mentality. It's that principality energy. Do you see what I'm talking about now? How people are being used to wage a specific type of spiritual warfare against feminines as well. It's that same energy. They thought that they were just going to walk away and it was going to be la da 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 da. You got me fucked up. All of them do. That's why they're scrambling now. Because they thought that they were really going to play, but they didn't know what time it was. Because the bitches around them were goofy enough to make them think that get them comfortable. But that was a part of the plan. That was the whole plan. Yep, that was the whole plan. They were doing exactly what they were supposed to be doing, just as karmics do. Cause problems and confusion. And just as they load those masculines into confusion, all the bitches that are surrounding even those men that are doing the stuff, that's exactly what they get. Because all of them are going to be attached to those goofy ass motherfuckers. And for those of you who are on that Instagram page, if you want that picture, I'll send it to you. Matter of fact, if you want all the information, just go, I'm going to send you the website. So you can go and see all of them all together. All of them run together. You're even going to see the president for that ethnic studies department that's a part of that organization with these karmics lollygagging with all of them. They're all messy. It was about time. That's why I said it's good Kamala won the presidency. People think I wanted Donald Trump to win. You guys are stupid. It's good that she won the presidency and Biden and all them too, so they can get exposed nationally, publicly, with Gavin too, the governor. All of them can be messy together. All of it is interconnected. None of them have any leadership. All of them should be ashamed of themselves. I'll be ashamed if I'm in a community and there's all this bullshit going on. That's why I remove myself. So can no one associate me with bullshit? That's why I remove myself. I'd rather be solo bolo than be associated with clowns. And these karmics don't get that they're clowns. They think that there's something wrong with you because you don't want to associate with karmics. No, you're the clown. Matter of fact, I got the Carfax. You're definitely a clown. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.